The Denver Broncos and their defense just got some really good news. But before we talk about that, guys, I want to shout out the affiliate partner for today's video, Green Gridiron Helmets. Use code DENSYN, link in the description below, to save off your first purchase on authentic NFL helmets. From small replicas like this one behind me to full-size authentic helmets. Again, that is code DENSYN, link in the description below to save off your first purchase from Green Gridiron Helmets. Thank you so much to them, and now back to your regularly scheduled content. Alex Singleton was on track for a really big season in 2024. He started off hot. You remember that big game that he had up in Seattle after leading the Broncos in tackles in 2023. Well, unfortunately, that all came to a halt in Week 3 in Tampa Bay after he tore his ACL and still somehow managed to finish the game playing 49 defensive snaps after tearing his ACL. Well, the good news is, Broncos country, it seems that Singleton is on track to be ready for Week 1 of the season, bringing in this article from Pro Football Talk. Singleton recently did an interview with Zach Stevens of DNVR, and he said, "It's good. I feel like I'm on schedule. It's feeling really good. I'm working my way in, doing things with the guys, which has been the most important thing to kind of be on that timeline with everyone else during the offseason. I'm able to do that. Full speed ahead for me. We're going to keep attacking this thing like everything else, excited for the season." Singleton did not give a concrete timeline just because the team probably doesn't want him to, but he did say that you shouldn't have to worry about 49 being out there. So I don't know if he's going to be limited in any capacity in training camp. I would imagine that he probably is going to be, just because of the fact that he suffered this injury in September. So returning in August, maybe early September, that makes sense for a guy coming off of a torn ACL. But let's go ahead and see where things stand right now in the Broncos linebacker room. And just to be blunt, they need both of their starting linebackers, Alex Singleton and Dre Greenlaw, to stay healthy. If one of them goes down, then the depth behind them is a little bit questionable. I know that fans are hoping Drew Sanders will eventually develop, but he barely played last year at all. He only got a handful of defensive snaps and missed basically an entire year's worth of development because of that Achilles injury. And he had a history of other injuries as well prior to that Achilles. So I don't know, man. I'm concerned about Drew Sanders at this point in time. He's more of a lottery ticket than anything else. If he develops, then that's awesome. But the Broncos cannot count on Drew Sanders because he just hasn't proven that he's been able to stay healthy. And right now, we just don't even know where he is in his development just because we haven't seen him on the field. The Broncos have gotten some look at him in practice, but they haven't felt confident in him enough to play him, and I think that they could have played him last year in place of Justin Sternad, who was terrible at various points throughout the year. Sternad came back as a special teams player, but you do not want to see him on defense. Then behind them, they've got Lavelle Bailey, who showed some flashes last year in the preseason, without a doubt, but we'll have to see if Bailey can take his game to the next level. And then they've got KJ Cloyd. He's probably not going to make the team if we're perfectly honest. Looking at these two undrafted free agents, though, J.B. Brown out of Kansas definitely is intriguing, but he's another one of those lottery ticket players. That's just what you have to assume these undrafted free agents are. They're lottery tickets. If they develop for you, then awesome, but you can't depend on it. I'm concerned about this linebacker depth behind Dre Greenlaw and Alex Singleton, so you better hope, Broncos country, that both of those guys are able to stay healthy throughout the year. If they're not able to, then we could have a problem on our hands here for this defense. Alright guys, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And let me know in the comment section below, guys, how do you feel about Alex Singleton being on track to return for Week 1? And are you as concerned as I am about the linebacker depth behind Singleton and Greenlaw? Alright guys, and until next time, I'm your host Gage Madrid, saying peace out.